Hey YouTube, if you want to see a very dominant team, go check out my video this morning for the Greatly Green mix. I did great with that team. If you want to see me struggle real hard, stay tuned because I started with Umbreon, Clodsire, Froslass from my top teams video. And I think a couple things happened. The main one is a lot of people went Clodsire hunting. So trying it 3 times in a row, I should have kind of recognized that was happening. Because I saw, as you can see, a ton of Go Lurk leads, a ton of Greninjas. Greninjas were everywhere. So a lot of things going after that. And then at the same time, because there were so many Greninjas, Greninja kills like my first and second team, essentially. So you're going to see a ton of Greninjas just destroy these two teams. So we'll go through some battles, go through some thought processes, some switches I made, and going from there. Okay, so first things first. Starting off just with a terrible move on my part. The correct answer is Clodsire. You resist the Fairy Wind, you resist the Play Rough. They have to throw non-stab Brutal Swings. Very easy alignment here to get on the Clodsire. But I decided to come in Froslass because, I don't know, I'm an idiot. So already in a bad situation. So trying to make the best of it because I will get to the moves to outpace this thing. Because I live one Brutal Swing. Again, Brutal Swing is a good move. I mean, it's not an amazing move. It's nice that it's fast, but it's still non-stab on Wheezing, right? So I ended up grabbing both shields, and at this point I'm like, you know what? Okay, now I can come Clodsire. I've got the advantage, and then they give up switch. So that was actually huge because now I could just get back in her line here. What you're going to see maybe in the 4th or 5th battle, I switched Umbreon to Dark Pulse for basically this particular reason. I went up against Golurk, like I said, like 3 times on the lead, and I did not KO any of them with just the foul plays. So I'm like, I switched to Dark Pulse, so I'm like, that was just KO. Plus, like with Clodsire, not shielding up anything, you can just maybe throw more Dark Pulses. You can also potentially run Psychic. There's a lot of poison in this cup, so you can run Psychic. I saw Mad Lad, I'll call him, run a Last Resort Psychic Umbreon. Which I was like, that's crazy, but actually it's not that crazy because there's a lot of darks, Greninja, Umbreon, Mandibuzz, you have the Last Resort, and there's a lot of psychics, and you're seeing a Guzzlord here for Last Resort that you need, and there's a lot of poisons where Psychic is super effective, Clodsire, Wheezing, stuff like that. So, you know, maybe that moveset is unique enough to work in this meta. Anyways, in the end here, Clodsire does do Clodsire things to take this matchup. Go Lurk, lead again. This time they're staying in, and the Mud Slaps are adding up. But I get to a move. Snarls are adding up too because this thing is very glossy. But now I was like, can I survive a Dynamic Punch? I know it's super effective, but so I shield anyways, knowing that I should outpace, and they make one in catch on the Azumarill because, you know, I tell people not to do it, but I'm going to do it myself. So maybe the teams aren't terrible. I'm just playing like crap. But no, I still think the team lacks a Greninja answer. This Azumarill matchup is good for Clodsire when you're running Sludge Bomb because you just outpace here. So outpacing is fine. Did shield up a Hydro too, which is actually huge. That's a Hydro because now that just means I get to go all the way up here to back-to-back Sludge Bombs. So come out loaded with energy. So when they come back with their Golurk, I'll be able to throw. And I do throw this. I don't know if it takes out, but it's be close. And then I'll probably instant swap because I've got 2 answers for Golurk. Yeah, so I'm not going to just stand and get farmed down. So I'm going to come out here. And this is where I get hit with a Dynamic Punch. I remember getting hit with one, and I remember getting 1 shot here. Yeah. So Golurk, very, very attack heavy. So I'm thinking maybe I can just Powder Snow down, but this thing is too spammy. Gets to the Shadow Punch, which is super effective. Attack heavy. Not a super bulky Froslass. That gets taken out. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can just get some energy here and then too far down. And Toxapex in the back, which is generally a fantastic matchup if you have health, but not when you're at like 3 HP. So we'll lose that matchup. Again, Golurk causing me a lot of problems in this Clodsire lead. Let's see if I have, what do I have on this? Is this where I have Dark Pulse or Foul Play? Yeah, I switched to Dark Pulse because I just felt like it was not, foul play wasn't cutting it, and they catch on a freaking Mandibuzz. Oh boy. Okay, catch on a Mandibuzz. I don't have an amazing answer for Mandibuzz. So the one thing that I noticed, which is why you're going to see Team 3 with Ariados and Azumarill, right now, at least my, what I saw was a crap ton of answers to Clodsire in like Golurk, and a crap ton of Darks. Ton of Guzzlords, ton of Mandibuzz, ton of Greninjas. So I think people are running like the Darks with some cover for, I guess, fairies, and then also answering to Clodsire. This is what I kind of hate about limited metas. I feel like I'm going to play Open Great League more. I had way more fun in Open Great League. I did not love this meta. I did not like seeing the same Pokemon over and over again, even though it should be a little more open meta. And again, I tried Sableye. I didn't even put that Sableye in here. I tried Sableye for one matchup just to get hit with a Azumarill, Greninja, like a third answer. Or maybe it wasn't a third answer. Maybe it was a Clodsire or something. But just did not work. So it was kind of a rough day here in the office. So because I saw so many Darks, that is when I think maybe next battle I switch to Ninetales. Because Ninetales still gives you the ice coverage for these Pokemon. The reason I put froslass in is because I'm like, Clodsire will be number 1. I'll resist the poison. So that was the thought process. But I saw so many Darks. So I'm like, okay, why don't I go Ninetales? Still gives me the ice for the grounds that we're seeing out here, Golurk, Clodsire, but it also allows me to resist the Darks. So I tried that a couple times. And again, what you're going to see is Greninja is going to cause me a lot of problems with this team because I'm running Powder Snow. So Hydro super effective against Clodsire. You only have Last Resort on Umbreon, and you only have Dazzling Gleam, which takes a while to get to on Ninetales. And if they shield once, you're just not going to have that matchup. So that is why my last match of the game, which you're going to see, I switched to this team. And I switched to this team because I went up against this team, Azumarill, Ariados, and Clodsire. And I went up against this team, and I'm like, okay, Azumarill answers I just said his name 1,000 times. Greninja. Greninja. Clodsire deals with a lot of other stuff. And Ariados is spammy AF, and I kind of just went over how it does so well in the Open Great League, and it was used in the Play Pokemon Championship, stuff like that, right? So that's why I switched to third, and I only did one match with it. I did win that match, but it was the only match I got to do. So I will start with that team. Maybe I'll start with that team tomorrow, and do maybe one more of each. I'll do that team with Great League Halloween Cup, and I'll do another Open Great League team in the not open, like a remix team. And maybe this is probably where I got the, I don't know if it's the exact team, because I remember seeing Ariados a few times, and I'm like, yeah, lunge for all these Darks that I'm seeing, poison for fairies as an answer. If you have a couple Clodsire answers, a Azumarill Clodsire can deal with Clodsire. So I think that team makes sense in theory. I'll test it out tomorrow, or I guess today, and if it works, I will showcase it tomorrow. So that is the plan. So as we play out this matchup on the lead here, where I just do not have a great matchup, but I don't want to get into, really going to give up into Clodsire just to get met with a Greninja. Why would you get into Clodsire when that's one of the hardest answers to Ariados? Jesus. My man, you are playing like garbage. Okay. Earthquake does not one-shot Greninja, and this thing is just spammy. You should definitely test Greninja if you have one built. I think it has a lot of play in this. Not surprising, it's like one of the top ranked Pokemon. There's a lot of Clodsires and Umbreons and Ice and stuff. You should do pretty well. So come in here, got this great matchup here, and the Ariados is low. So I should, at this point, just be able to like outpace here, because I grab one shield. I can double shield this, maybe even farm down and come out with a ton of energy. So I think that's maybe what I'm going to do. Oh, perfect. They don't even get another move off. So don't even need to double shield. I will very easily take this matchup. I did win a couple, but it was a lot of losses. I lost all the elo I gained from the Great League remix that I went 8-2 with and got. So and making a catch just for the fun. Not fun of it, but helps to secure the win. So I think I maybe have one more with this Ninetales team. Right, and Azumarill. Azumarill's tough for this entire team. Whereas if you have a double poison, you have another answer to Azumarill. So again, I really think Team 3 is going to work. Maybe after, I was going to say good night's sleep, but it's already 10:40 when I'm filming this. So after another tossing and turning crap night of sleep, I'm still better functioning in the morning than I am at night. At night, I just get tired. Although I do these battles at like, I probably did these battles at like 7 to finish this off, actually. So probably maybe not at my best. So anyways, again, a ton of gold lurks. And this is the thing. What are you going to get in the remix? You'll see this morning, you get a lot of Pokemon in the remix. What are you getting in this cup? Very limited. Pick your ground, Clodsire, Golurk, pick your dark, Mandibuzz, Greninja, Umbreon. Pick your poisons, Ariados, Wheezing, and then pick your fairy, Azumarill, Carbink. That is basically what I saw. More Azumarills than Carbinks, quite honestly, because everyone's kind of worried about Clodsire. So that is what I saw. A lot of that out there if you want to build against it, or Toxapex as a poison, right? Top left. So that is when I switch to this team and I get the Greninja lead, right? It's the pro and con of limited cups. The pro and con is you see the same 10 to 20 Pokemon over and over again. So one, it can get boring. It can get very RPS-like. At the other end of the spectrum, you should know the matchups. You should know how much damage each move does. This Clodsire Earthquake does like 50%, just over. Like these are things that you will know having played these matchups out multiple times. So that is the strength of a limited cup. Even though 5 typings is not super limited, but as you kind of see in these matchups, it kind of is, right? That's always the problems with cups. And this is what I said about, I always give Niantic a super tough time because they are lazy. Don't get me wrong. They are super lazy when it comes to thinking of leagues. It is the same repeat over and over. I mean, I called this Halloween Cup. We usually have some sort of Love Cup in February. We have a Holiday Cup in December. Like Niantic is not creative with the leagues. However, like I said, I play factions. I play gym breakers. I played other leagues where people tried to make these unique metas, and we're gonna do like 8 typings, but ban these top 4 Pokemon, and oh yeah, it's gonna be so cool. And every single time, there will be a new cream of the crop that rises to the top and becomes a limited meta in that format, no matter what. So 3 typings, 5 typings, 7 typings, Open Great League, right? Open Great League. Look at the Play Pokemon Championship. Look at how many Clodsires are used. Look how many Feraligators are used. Like, unfortunately, the way this game is run and built, that's just the way it's going to be. So learn in these limited cups, learn the matchups, figure out what you're seeing in your range, and that's when you can adjust, right? I had to adjust what's in my range. If I wake up tomorrow and I'm obviously still going to be in this range, but and the meta has not shifted, I will have more answers for Greninja on this team. I will have more answers for Darks on this team, right? And then maybe I'm going to go on a little bit of a run, and then maybe the meta will shift when I'm a little higher in the range, and then you adjust, right? That's how it works. Or some content creator is going to put out a team, and then everyone's going to counter it and stuff like that. Anyways, that was my disaster class of a Halloween Cup. But again, I think it's important to do these when they happen. Not every team's a banger. I know generally people like stronger teams. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure this 8-2 super strong Great League Remix teams will get more views than this. And I know a lot of the Pokemon Go GBLers play that game. Everything's like I hit expert number one team in the world to get you to click, right? That's just the way the game plays. But I think that showcasing thought processes on teams and why they do and do not work at times, and how you can adjust, and how even sometimes you don't adjust enough, and then you have to maybe like completely scrap your idea. Like, I think that thought process is important to show you. So yeah, hope that was helpful, despite you not getting a team out of it. But maybe the team number 3 works. I'll let you know tomorrow. But that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.